Mr. was an American pop rock band most popular in the 1980s. The band's name came from an inside joke about a Weather Report album called Mr. Gone, where they referred to each other as Mr. This, or Mr. That, and eventually selected Mr. Mr. may be considered as representative of the melodic sound of 1980s pop rock. The band consisted of Richard Page on vocals and bass guitar, Steve George on keyboards, Pat Mastelotto on acoustic and electronic drums, and Steve Farris on guitars. Mr. was the successor to the band Pages, fronted by Page and George from 1978 to 1981. Early work: although formed in Phoenix, Arizona, Mr. was based in Los Angeles. Richard Page has previously worked as a session musician and had composed for Michael Jackson, Donna Summer, Kenny Loggins, Al Jarreau, and many more. In 1978, he and his childhood friend Steve George founded the band Pages in Phoenix, Arizona. Pages explored a pop fusion sound, with a changing lineup of session musicians. Although Pages had a minor hit single with I Do Believe in You, and its 3 albums garnered favorable reviews, the group had little commercial success. After disbanding Pages in 1981, Page and George focused on songwriting and studio session work for pop artists ranging from Laura Branigan to the Village People. By 1982, Page and George began putting together a more pop-oriented group with a permanent lineup, rounded out by drummer Pat Mastelotto and guitarist Steve Farris. All 4 members had done extensive session work for other artists and brought numerous influences to the band. The initial plan was to bring in a 5th member, but after realizing that Page, who was originally slated to be solely the lead singer, could hold his own on bass guitar, the members decided to remain a 4-piece. Mainstream success: when the first Mr. album, I Wear the Face, was released by RCA Records in 1984, Page was offered the chance to replace Bobby Kimball as lead singer of Toto, and later was offered Peter Cetera's place in Chicago. He refused both offers. Their second album, 1985's Welcome to the Real World with lyrics from Page's cousin John Lang was the breakthrough for Mr. All 3 singles were in the top 10, 2 of which hit No. 1 on the US pop charts: Kiri, and Broken Wings. The latter was inspired by the book of the same title by Khalil Gibran. They had several No. 1 MTV videos, and performed at the first MTV Spring Break show in 1986. That year, Mr. had 2 Grammy Award nominations, including Best Pop Band. During this time, Mr. toured with other popular acts including Don Henley, The Bangles, Eurythmics, Tina Turner, and Adam Ant. The band's 3rd album was Go On, which was not a commercial success. During the 1980s, the group wrote and/or performed songs for several movies, including the title song for Stand and Deliver. Guitarist Steve Farris left in 1988. The remaining band members teamed up with Christian recording artist Paul Clark and acted as his backup band for Clark's 1988 indie release, Awakening from the Western Dream. Next, the band began working on a 4th album, Pull, with session guitarists Buzz Feiton, Trevor Rubin, Doug McCaskill and Peter McRae. The album was completed in 1990, but RCA Records decided not to release it. Soon afterward, the band broke up. The album remained unreleased for 20 years, though 1 track appeared on a 2001 Greatest Hits collection by the band. On November 23, 2010, the remastered album was finally released by the band in collaboration with Sony Music on Richard Page's independent label, Little Doom Recordings. The album is also available from Sony on iTunes and other digital distribution channels. Post-breakup, after Mr. broke up, Page released a solo record and a band record as Third Matinee in 1994, and continued to write hit songs for many other artists including I'll Remember, a 1994 mega-hit for Madonna. 2 years later, he released Shelter Me, his first solo album. 2010 saw the release of his latest solo disc Peculiar Life. In December 2010, Page also released an EP of Christmas songs titled 5 Songs for Christmas, which featured a song co-written and produced by Page and producer Walter Afanasieff titled I Always Cry at Christmas. Steve George worked extensively as musical director with Kenny Loggins and Jewel. Steve Farris went on to work with Rod Stewart, Whitey Snake, Tori Amos, and Four Non-Blondes. Pat Mastelotto recorded several hits with the Rembrandts, Jude Cole, Cock Robin, Martika, as well as alternative bands, and many others. Since 1994, Mastelotto has been a member of King Crimson and done thousands of live shows and participated in several Crimson records, including producing and mixing the King Crimson projects. He also currently runs several side projects including Mastica, TU, Tuna, and KTU. Mastelotto is also a member of the melodic rock band Mecca. Discography, studio albums. I Wear the Face, Welcome to the Real World, Go On. Pull, compilation albums, Broken Wings, The Very Best of Mr. 16 Soft Rock Classics, Broken Wings, The Encore Collection, The Best of Mr. Awards and Nominations, Notes, History of Mr. Pages, Third Matinee, Richard Page, References. External links, Mr. Official Site, Mr. Biography at VH1, Mr. Soundtrack Record at Internet Movie Database, Richard Page, Official Website, Pat Mastelotto, Official Website, Steve Farris, Official Website.